So this is a channel actually I just started watching. I've been getting into it. It's called Tales from the Cell. And let's see, which video should we watch? There's white boy Sean gets turned out in prison. There's white boy Alan gets turned out in oh, it's just white boy. It's all white boys getting turned out. Rich banker gets turned out in prison. Let's see. I'm gonna pick the one that looks like the biggest asshole. Stuart. Nah, Stuart looks nice. I feel bad. Oh, Nicholas. Oh, Nicholas looks innocent. Okay.
He then put Nicholas's feet in the air and pushed
Starting from
his
zero.
tins inside of
Oh,
Nicholas.
wow.
He then started to clap Nicholas's cheeks.
Yo, it's crazy to hear a robot saying, he's clapping his
Nicholas
cheeks.
was jailed for
This is crazy.
24 years in prison. He was born into a wealthy rich family which owned businesses all over the world, but money just wasn't enough for
Damn,
Nicholas.
homie.
He seemed
Damn,
to
Nicholas.
have this strange fascination of wanting to be a gangster.
Aw, Nicholas wanted to be a
This strange
gangster.
fantasy
Well, let's see how that
changed
went.
the course of Nicholas's life forever, which has ultimately led him down a dark path. A path which he has to spend 24 years walking. After spending a couple of weeks on the induction wing, it was now time for Nicholas to be moved onto his permanent wing. He really didn't want to move to a new wing because the induction wing was nice and peaceful. No one was fighting and no one was getting turned
All
out.
these stories start that way. It starts very peaceful, and then they're about to move them to a different cell, and that's where shit gets bad.
Saved his life. His prison experience was going great until one day
113.
while he was in his cell, a prison officer opened his door and said, "I have good and bad news for you. The good news is you are moving to a new wing in 10 minutes. The bad news is you are going to be turned out the moment you step foot on your new wing. I've just come back from your new wing.
Wait,
and
the
I
cop
have
really
to be
said that to
honest
him?
with you. All the men on the wing are talking about
Because,
you.
yo, usually they do that to scare you. I didn't think that was real. How the cop comes to him and goes, hi, good news and bad news. It's always, bro, if somebody says to you good news or bad news, which one do you want first? It's all going to be bad. You're fucked either way. Because the good news is you're being moved. The bad news is you're going to get as soon as we leave you there. It's like, wait. Wait, I need more good news. That wasn't enough good to make up for the...
waiting for you to arrive so they can have fun with you. Nicholas was now...
Because they did that to me when I got arrested. They told me that as soon as I get in, all the girls are going to be, like, ready to fight me. No one fought me. Everybody was so nice. Everybody but the police, actually.
And in fear
But
of
I wasn't
his
trying to
life
be a
as he
gangster.
asked
Nicholas
God,
was.
"Can't you just stop them? Can't you help me? Please save me." The guard laughed and said, "Save you? You expect me to just put my life on the line, just to save you? What's in it for me? What do I get out of this? Are you going to give up your cheeks to me as payment?" Nicholas then
What?
said, "No way. That's gay." The guard replied,
Yo! How the cop said, oh, how am I gonna help you? You gonna suck me off? It's like, wait. So your choices in jail, if you're a man, is either get by the other inmates or the COs. Let's see. If it was me, well, thank God it ain't,
"No,
because
it's not.
I don't know what's
If
better.
you were outside of prison, it
mean,
would be, but
I'm not gonna
inside
feel like
of
a cop.
prison it's all fine, plus no one will know except me and you. People give up their cheeks all the time in prison for protection, so
Because my
it's
homeboys
not
will
a
say that. They'll say, oh, no one's getting if anyone's getting in jail, it's because they want to get But unless you're Nicholas, I
big
guess.
deal.
Nicholas doesn't
Just
sound like
give
he
me
wanted
your
it.
cheeks quickly and I will stop the bad guys from hurting you. I'll only take around 2 minutes and then I'll be done. Don't worry, I've got your back. I'm your friend." Nicholas then started
Oh,
to
no.
think to himself, "If I give up my cheeks to this god, I will have full protection from all the men who are
Oh
after
no,
me
Nicholas.
trying
He
to
don't mean
take my
that. He don't
cheeks."
got your back.
Nicholas then said to the guard, "I don't know if I can do this because it will hurt." The guard then replied saying, "Don't worry, I'll take my time and go slowly. I promise I won't
Nah, you said
hurt
2
you.
minutes.
You
Now
can
you're gonna
trust
take your
me.
time.
I'm a prison officer. I'm here to protect you from the bad guys, but I just need a little
He is the
incentive
bad
to
guy.
help you. My wife hasn't given me anything for the last 10 months and I am roasting.
'Cause you're a
If
CO,
you
no wonder
help
she's
me
not.
out, it will give me the strength and energy to stop the bad guys from turning you out." Not knowing what to do and feeling scared of being turned out by an entire wing, Nicholas just agreed to give up his cheeks to the prison officer in exchange for protection on his new wing. The prison officer now had
the prison officer can't protect you if he wanted to. Let's just say that. So the only thing he could do is like put you in the hole, or he could get you out of that prison into a whole new prison where they're gonna you anyway. But for a CO to say I'm your friend, he's not your friend.
He then
405.
got Nicholas's pillows from his bed and put them on the floor. He then told Nicholas to get on his knees and put his knees on the pillows so his knees wouldn't hurt while
Your
he
knees,
was
your butthole's about to
satisfying
hurt.
the officer. Nicholas then followed the prison officer's advice and got on his knees. The officer then took his tings out and then told Nicholas, "Put it in your mouth right now." Nicholas had never done anything like this before and was scared, so he just started to suck it. The officer's smile got even bigger as he was enjoying it. Nicholas couldn't believe he was doing this, but he just didn't know what to do, so
I always
he
wonder
just
what happens
went
to these
along
white
with
boys when
it.
they go to jail for
He
like 40 years.
continued to suck the officer's tings for about 5 minutes until the officer said, "It's now time for me to clap your cheeks." The officer got the covers off the bed and put them on the floor. He then put Nicholas on all fours and then took his pants off. Nicholas said to the officer, "Please don't forget to go slow." The officer replied saying, "I will go slow, so don't worry, woman." Nicholas thought to himself, "Why is the officer now calling me a woman? I'm not a woman, so why is he calling me that?" But before he could come to his senses and stop everything, the officer pushed his tings inside of him. Nicholas screamed for his life as the officer was now clapping his cheeks. The screams were so loud that the other inmates could now hear what was going on. The officer then slapped him while saying, "Shut up, woman. You are making too much noise."
Did he say shut up, woman, or shut up,
Nicholas was
bitch?
shocked by the slap and
like he
started
said
to see
bitch.
a different side of the officer, but not wanting to get slapped again, Nicholas just kept quiet as the officer continued to clap his cheeks. The funny part about this was the officer didn't even go slow like he promised he would. He was pounding Nicholas's cheeks non-stop while showing no mercy on him. He did this for about 45 minutes until he released the biggest load of cream pie inside of Nicholas.
Oh my god,
Nicholas's cheeks were all blown out and now leaking sticky cream pie. He now felt wounded and tired, so he decided to lay down on his bed to recover and get some rest after the severe pounding he took from the prison officer. But the officer got angry and just slapped him while saying, "Get up, woman. Let's go. We are moving you to your new wing right now.
Wait. I told you he wasn't your friend.
As much as you like. Now get up and pack
How
your
this
bags,
motherfucker lied?
woman."
I told you.
Nicholas quickly got off the bed and packed his bags because he was scared of getting slapped again.
You're scared of getting slapped? Oh, it's gonna get much worse than this.
On their journey to the new wing, Nicholas could hardly walk straight after the severe pounding he took from the officer, but he didn't want to get another slap, so he tried to walk as straight as possible. The walk took about 10 minutes to get to the new wing, but once they got there, Nicholas's jaw hit the floor. The officer with a smile on his face said, "Welcome to your new..."
See, that's weird. If it was me, I'd be like, wait, like, nah, that CO gotta be my boyfriend now.
Welcome to the
Because you did not just,
wing.
he f***ing 45 minutes? Bro, 1 minute would have been enough. It would have been like, yeah, not into this.
On the wing.
What? 45
He
minutes?
looked around and could see graffiti and cream pie stains all over.
That seems like a long time for even regular sex, let alone to get penetrated in your butt for the first time without your consent. 45 minutes? God damn, I can't even watch a show for 45 minutes. It's like torture. Can you imagine what, nah.
The entire
my butthole hurts just from thinking about it.
Jiggy, which made things even worse.
See, okay, no, I have a solution for all the white boys like Nicholas. If you're about to go to prison, just, how do I say this? Get one of your homeboys to just f you in your butt a few times, loosen it up, get ready, get prepared for your life, because it's better than it. I mean, if let me lose my virginity to my, you know, like my homeboy, not a random person in prison who's gonna just take your butt. If I was Nicholas, Maya will stay with her butt virginity forever.
Else that was strange about this wing, so he asked the officer this question: "Where are all the other prison staff on this wing, because I don't see any other prison officers around?" The officer then laughed as he shouted, "Prison officers, prison officers. You ask me where are all the other prison officers? There are no prison officers on this wing," as he laughed even harder. This wing is managed by the inmates themselves, and then out of nowhere 2 6-foot-tall white inmates grabbed Nicholas and dragged him into one of the cells. As Nicholas was being dragged, he started shouting at the prison officer saying, "Help me, help me, you promised you would protect me." The guard just stood there with a massive smile on his face as he watched Nicholas get dragged into one of the cells. In the cell there was a bed and 2 handcuffs. The men then dragged Nicholas onto the bed and handcuffed his hands to the metal prison bed while laughing. Nicholas couldn't escape.
Okay, so I like these videos, but for the future, whoever makes this channel of Tales from the Cell, first of all, the story would be even better if you told me his charges. Because so far, well, the only thing I know about Nicholas is he got like 19 years. The last white boy, Alex, that got turned out, he got 40 years. I'd like to know for what. And then 2, why do you have to use the most like jolliest pictures? It's like the nicest, it's like a high school picture or something. Yeah, I'd like to know what their charges are before I hear about them getting, because it's like, maybe if I knew their charges were bad, like, it would make me less sad for their butthole.